Oh my goodness. If you've been continuously searching and you definitely wishing for more, want to be more present. I can't wait. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are today. I'm Anna, of course. You don't know me. I'm originally from the Caribbean, living in Ontario, Canada, and I have this beautiful, beautiful guest here. You know, I'm excited. First of all, happy Friday. Happy Friday, happy weekend. So, I'm not even taking, I'm not the guest of honor today, guys. You already know this. So, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over. I wanted to beautifully introduce Josephine, of course, and let her give her a moment to introduce herself. Thank you so much for being here, Josephine.
Thank you so much for having me here, Anna. So, guys, I'm so happy to be here today and to be on the show with Anna today. I hope you guys are doing well. As Anna said, my name is Josephine. I'm currently living in Belgium. I'm a research scientist by profession, been doing this almost 12 years now. And I studied industrial engineering in chemistry. I'm a mom of three. I'm a wife, and I'm also a digital business owner since 2020. Yeah, so that's a bit about me.
Amazing. Amazing. So many hats, so many hats.
Mhm.
And I always feel that certain careers always have that look. And when people hear scientists and I mean, I don't know about you, but for my culture especially, those titles, it's like you're fine. You don't need to do anything else. You are set. So tell me, even though I give a bit of a preview, tell me exactly why you decided to kind of lead up to this because I don't, even though I know, of course, technology can be a part of science, I don't necessarily go within there, right? So it's kind of like, what are you doing? So I can't wait to hear what really led you to start your journey.
Yeah, so like you said, my job, I kind of like love what I do. I've always loved science from the get-go, from childhood till now. And I knew I always wanted to do something with it. And it's been great, absolutely. But when I kind of like finished school and I started working, I was very single. I lived on my own, had no commitments whatsoever. So I came and went as I pleased. And that also translated to work. I was the most flexible of the team. With my work, you need to sometimes travel to plants and help them solve issues you're having, not only within like national, but also international. So sometimes you're traveling to France, to Germany, wherever they need you, you're going. I think it used to me picking up the odd hours, like the weekends or holidays, I didn't mind doing it. But when I settled down, when the kids started coming to play, then of course this causes a friction because you are not as flexible as you used to be. And they've got used to you being flexible. So it was a bit of a stressing moment going on there. And at some point, I needed to sit down and think about things because I realized, at some point, you need to decide what is priority for you. And it was clear, it's hands down. As a fellow mom, you always go for your kids, right? Even though I love what I do, kids who are going to be number one, the family is going to be number one. And, I always knew, therefore, that I needed to change something with work, but I didn't know what to do. And of course, you cannot just say, hey, I quit because, okay, it's not favorable with me because, hey, mortgage bills are going to come. You're helping people back home. You have all these things that's going at the end of the month, they'll be knocking at your door. So you cannot just up and leave. You need to have something that is going to kind of like reciprocate that income you're going to kind of like miss when you even do one day less or what have you not. So it kind of like, to be honest, initially, even though I knew I wanted to do something, kind of helped me aback because of these restraints I had. And so it was really in the COVID period, like 2, 3 years ago, that it kind of like really hit me again, like, hey, life is so fragile. We have people close to us that were no more because of this unfortunate incident we all went through. But it kind of like also brought me back to the essence of life. Like, what do you want to do with your life? Is this it, the rat race by alarm clocks day in, day out? And I realized this was the time I wanted to do something. So then I actively started searching for something. But everything I saw didn't resonate with me. And I don't know, maybe I'm too difficult, but like, I had a but with everything I saw, both online and offline. And maybe because I had so many boxes to take, I don't know. So actually, it was when I was not searching that by chance I saw this ad online. But this lady was sharing the fact that she's been able to find something to kind of like contribute substantially to the family budget and still be home with the kids. And so I saw myself in her when she was talking. I didn't get exactly what she was talking about, but I saw myself in her. And so I decided to check it out, and then that was it. I never left. This was in end July 2020. I'm still here running my business successfully. So if you ask me my why, it was all about getting that time to be able to spend with the kids and the family. So yeah.
Absolutely. And what a journey. I mean, at least you
Mhm,
put it out there because you know the differences of singlehood
mhm,
versus
mhm,
full family life, and recognizing it and also speaking to it. So I love and thank you for, of course, sharing that personal aspect to say, you know
mhm,
what, work knew that I was you were the go-to girl. You were the go-to
mhm,
girl, right?
mhm, mhm.
And it
And they
wasn't
knew it.
anymore. Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And it's like, let's change up the priorities. And it's so important that you mentioned that you were searching for others. Personally, I
Mhm,
wasn't going so deep into it, but at least you had that
mhm,
moment to say, you know what, life is still going and I'm still kind of in the same situation. I need to do
mhm,
something. And
mhm,
sometimes it's unfortunate that we have to have the wake up calls before we do something, right? Definitely. But my goodness, you're already still here. So something was working, something was checking all the boxes for you. I'm so
yeah.
glad that you're here. You're always such an inspiration. So I am so excited, of course. So tell me, how is it going for you? Because you already mentioned that it is hands down family time was important to you.
Mhm.
You were already not open to the other things. It was not a right fit for you, so you knew what it was. So tell me, how is it going so far for you from being the go-to girl?
Oh my goodness. Like I said, my why was, gaining time with the kids. But over the course of, 1, 2 years, almost 3 years now, so much has changed. First of all, I was not aware that even my why could change to multiple whys because now my whys have just kind of like expanded. I'm daring to dream about stuff I thought was not attainable when I started out. And I'm looking at this not only as a means to gain time freedom, but also to be able to put something on the side for the kids, like for their future. And so it's been amazing because all this is achievable. The system we have in place is been proven. Multiple people have been able to change their lives with us. And I am a living proof of this too, okay? Now, I mentioned I wanted to be there to spend more time with the family. It's still a work in progress, but I've been able to cut down on one day out of the five that I don't go. And, they were kind of like surprised when me went like, now I want my Wednesdays off, I need to be there for my kids. Over here, the school is closed at 12 on Wednesdays. And imagine back in the days, they would stay in school after care till like 5:30. This is me being early on time, like 5:30 p.m., 6 p.m., rushing to go pick them up. And it
Mhm.
was so heartbreaking. Like when you got there, you see them among the little few that stayed all afternoon at school. And now I'm able to be there before the bell goes for the end of the school, and I'm there and I'm waiting, and they're so excited. And they want to come and tell you already at the gate about their day. And it's just that little things that makes it all worth it. So for me personally, in terms of family life, it's been amazing. But then if I get to like the business itself, oh my gosh, you need to limit me what amount of things I can say because if you leave me, I'll be here ranting to the next hour, okay? But I'm just gonna pick on a couple. Like first of all, what was kind of like the most amazing thing for me is the development and the growth I saw in myself. Didn't anticipate this coming in here. Also, starting from the go, I'm a scientific person. I was not, kind of like knowing the IT space or knowing how to work with multiple platforms out there. This was all new for me. But because we had a training in place that was so easy to follow, like, step by step, literally telling you, click here and turn here and do this, it kind of like made it so easy for me to set up my business. It took me like 2 weeks, and this was me not fully focused now in between mamahood, in between work. I was still doing my training. And in 2 weeks, I had a business I could call my own. And on top of that, there's also the community. Like, oh my goodness, that is beautiful because you meet so many people in this business, like including you, for example. Like I don't know if we might have crossed in life, but thanks to this, we've been able to connect and and work together on our businesses. And it's so beautiful because everyone is willing to help make your business a success. There's nothing about competition. No, if we know, we're sharing. And it's such a warm experience to have, and I'm so grateful to be part of the team, if not for anything, just for that, that community, that digital tribe, I call it now. And also to top it off up, also the potential here to earn, my goodness, don't get me started. But like there are some months, literally, as a research scientist, I'm paid pretty well. But there are some months that I kind of like surpass my monthly incomes, and I'm doing this after work, like 2 hours here, 2 hours there. I'm not even giving this full day time, and I'm able to surpass my income. So all this being said is that there's a lot that goes into this. There's so many layers, but you need to know what you want. And I'm speaking to your viewers here. You need to know what you want. And if you are really clear on what you want and you're looking for how to get it, then this is it. Because there's so much people have been able to do with this thing, and you can too. But you need to take that first step, okay? I cannot take it for you. Anna cannot take it for you. You need to take that step. You need to be willing, to be bold, to want to change life, okay? And I know sometimes we get comfortable in our state. We'll be complaining and still sit in our state. No. Today we are getting out of that, and we are we're taking a massive action to change things. Because if you don't change, nothing is going to change. And it's not just for you, it's for all the people around you. For me, it was not really about me, it was about my kids. I wanted to be there and give them the life they deserve. So I'm gonna stop now because, and I told you I might go on and on and on and on. So I'm just sipping at it so you can ask your next question here. But I'm
Oh
so
my
passionate
goodness.
about this, really.
I tell you, listen to me, Josephine. I warn people. I say, you know what? I don't feel any way with my guests. It's such a vibe because they
Hmm.
always wonder why you're really so passionate about it. You
Hmm.
cannot imagine. We just
Yeah.
gonna get so there's too much to love. And I mean, just like a business, of course, there are highs and lows, but the highs, I am telling you, and in addition, when you have that support and positive community, mentorship, and coach. I mean, come on, it's second to none, honestly. And I mean, of course, congrats. I mean, you just continue with your milestones and achievements. As I said, you're always an inspiration, and it's always a great look back when you kind of say like, wait a minute, I wouldn't have dreamed of taking even a day off, right? Could I have been able to say that, right? Sometimes it's not even just a loss of pay; it's just more of considering I have an option now. Whoa, right? So I love that for you, of course, and all the changes that it has brought upon for your family. I am sure, as much as the story of their day is long, you enjoy every minute of it. Oh my goodness. Well, you already answered the last one. You already said what advice you wanted to give someone, and you put it out there.
Yeah.
So I'm not even taking it back. So I hope, as I always say, utilize the weekend to build the life you want. And thank you so much for being here, Josephine. It's always a pleasure to connect, of course. And I can't wait. I know it's over there and it's late. So I would like you to go back and get some rest.
Oh, thank you, dear. Thank you so much for having me today. And I wish, your viewers heard us today because this thing is so worth it, guys. You don't know what you're missing out. You need to check it out, okay? So thank you once again, Anna, for having me today.
Most welcome and have a good weekend, everybody.
You too.